Hello guys, it's me, Apollonia. I'm all natural today because I'm lazy. It's the end of the night. I took off my makeup already and so be it. Anyways, uh today I wanted to talk about reincarnation again. Because more information has come to me. Um so I had a download a few months ago about the ancestors, and they had told me, well, from a distance, I always get goosebumps, and then I get a thought, a very clear thought from them when they're talking to me. Now, this one was not from my angel, this was from the higher power from a distance. And it had said that what is going on in America, as far as land being given back to the Native Americans, and changes, for the blacks and for the indigenous people. It's because the ancestors are pushing for it. And I had felt this, and I thought to myself, that makes sense. But I wasn't 100% sure. So recently, I can't take credit for this. My roommate, a psychic that I live with, Philemon, he had gone to a dentist office, and I wish he would come on with me. He doesn't want to be on here right now. But he had gone to the dentist office, and he had tried to go to three different ones, and they all said no, that they wouldn't meet with him. And so he finally went to one in Lakewood. And this one in Lakewood, in California, he when the dental assistant came to him, she had a different face of an older woman, an older Native American woman, and she said in that dialect, "I remember you." And he came home and told me, and I was like, hmm. And she came immediately to the house. I see and talk to spirits, so does he. I mean, he's beyond, well, I can't say that he's beyond me anymore. Actually, he thinks that I'm beyond him in other ways, so together we're very powerful. So, like, what he doesn't pick up on, I do, and vice versa. Um, but I'm still gonna say he's a little more advanced at the moment. Anyways, but he's older, he's in his 60s and I'm only 24. So, and he says within the last 2 years I've really caught up, so who knows. Anyways, and he says that well, she had said that is exactly what's going on, is the ancestors are pushing for the younger generation to make change in this country. And what's really weird is that these ancestors of the indigenous people, blacks, Native Americans, so forth, they live in these parallel dimensions. And I had asked her, well, him and I had lived in that time in the 1850s, and I see that I was shot here by a priest, and who was holding the holy water and saying, praying over us. And so I had wondered, like, okay, so why do I, reincarnate and exist, and they are living in this parallel dimension? And she was like, well, that's just it. You keep asking to reincarnate. We died, yes, but because we didn't reincarnate, we stay in this dimension. And they do that to remind us of what they went through, the injustices and all of that. And until change happens, I mean, if you have as Teal Swan says, a tulum, I believe she calls it, that has permission from the higher power that's granted for them to stay, it's because they have unfinished business. And I was right. I had that vision. I had that feeling. I had that thought occur to me like 6 months ago. And he was, feeling one was kind of like, that's interesting. Like, I don't really know. But until that lady that we knew from our past life came, and Philemon was slaughtered in, I mean, in that war too, obviously, or else he wouldn't have, you know, reincarnated with me. So that's what's going on in America. Everything is always connected, and you can see metaphysically first, It always happens on the spirit side first before it goes out and flusters. So much more to change in this country. We're barely hitting the iceberg. Barely. It's crazy, you know. I If it wasn't for me being connected metaphysically, I would have just thrown it over my head and be like, oh, you know, I really don't think, unfortunately, much is going to change. But now that I see that there are spirits pushing for it, oh, yes. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Toodles.